I thought I knew everything about data recovery until my world got flipped upside down on a random Tuesday in March. I'm Jake, 28, been working as a data recovery specialist for this tech company in Austin for like 5 years now. My girlfriend Sarah and I have been together for 3 years, living in this cute little apartment downtown, and honestly, life was pretty fucking perfect. She worked as a marketing coordinator for some startup, always posting these aesthetic coffee shop pics on her Instagram, and I was like totally smitten with this girl. That Tuesday started normal as hell. I was at work, dealing with some crashed hard drive from a law firm, when Sarah texted me, "Working late again tonight, babe, don't wait up." I was like, whatever, she'd been pulling these long hours for weeks. Her startup was supposedly launching some big campaign. I trusted her completely. I mean, why wouldn't I? But here's where shit gets interesting. Around 8 p.m., I'm still at the office because this one corrupted drive was being a real pain in the ass when I get this notification. Someone had connected to our shared iCloud account from a new device. Now, most people would just ignore that, but I'm literally a data guy. I notice these things. Sarah had always been super paranoid about privacy. Never let me touch your phone, said it was a trust thing, and I respected that. But this notification, it was weird timing. I tried calling her, straight to voicemail, texted her, read, but no reply. That's when my tech brain started going crazy. See, when you work in data recovery, you learn that digital footprints tell stories people don't want you to know. I had access to our phone plan details, location services, all that stuff. And Sarah, she wasn't at her office. Her phone was pinging from this address across town, some apartment complex I'd never heard of. I was like, maybe she's at a client meeting. But at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday, that's when the paranoia really kicked in. I pulled up her Instagram activity. She'd been active 20 minutes ago, liking posts, but hadn't responded to my texts. I spent the whole night going down this rabbit hole, used some of my professional tools, totally against company policy, but I was losing my mind. Checked her deleted browser history from our shared laptop, cross-referenced her Spotify activity with location data, even looked at her Venmo transactions. What I found made me want to throw up. For the past 2 months, she'd been Venmoing this guy Marcus for dinner and drinks like twice a week. Her Spotify showed she'd been listening to all these romantic playlists she never played around me. And her location history? She'd been at that same apartment complex every Tuesday and Thursday for weeks. Wednesday morning, she came home acting totally normal. "How was your night, babe?" she asked, making coffee like nothing happened. I was like studying her face, looking for any sign of guilt, but she was just normal. That fucked with my head more than anything. I made this plan. See, being a data recovery guy, I know how to make digital evidence stick. I created this burner Instagram account and started following her friends looking for any mention of this Marcus dude. Found him in like 2 hours. Marcus Chen, 32, works in finance, recently divorced. And here's the kicker. He'd been commenting on Sarah's posts for months with these inside jokes I didn't get. Thursday evening, Sarah said she was working late again. I was like, sure, babe, I'll probably work late too. But instead, I drove to that apartment complex, saw her car parked right outside Building C. My heart was literally pounding so hard, I thought I might pass out. I sat in my car for like an hour, just staring at that building, knowing my whole relationship was a lie. That's when I decided to get creative with my revenge. I went home and started preparing. Used my data recovery skills to pull every deleted text, every hidden photo, every trace of their affair from our shared devices. Turns out she'd been sloppy as hell. Thought deleting stuff meant it was gone forever. Amateur mistake. I found everything. Screenshots of their sexting, photos she'd sent him, even voice messages talking about how Jake is so clueless. He has no idea. That last part hit me like a fucking truck. 3 years together, and I was just some clueless guy to her. But here's where my profession really came in handy. I didn't just want to confront her, I wanted everyone to know what kind of person she really was. So I created this detailed timeline of their affair, complete with timestamps, location data, message screenshots, the whole 9 yards. Professional level digital forensics. Friday night, Sarah suggested we go to her company happy hour. Meet my coworkers, she said. I was like, absolutely, babe. She had no idea I'd already looked up everyone who'd be there, including Marcus, who apparently worked for a partner company and would definitely be there. We walk into this trendy bar downtown, and Sarah's introducing me to everyone. Then I see him, Marcus. Tall, finance bro type, definitely her physical type. When Sarah introduced us, he played it so cool, like, nice to meet you, man. But I could see it in his eyes. He knew exactly who I was. I played along for like an hour, making small talk, buying rounds, being the perfect boyfriend. Then I excused myself to the bathroom and set my plan in motion. I'd prepared this QR code that linked to a private Google Drive folder containing all the evidence. Printed it on these little cards that looked like business cards. When I came back from the bathroom, I was like, hey everyone, Sarah and I have some news to share. The whole group turned to look at us. Sarah was beaming, probably thinking I was about to propose or some shit. Sarah's been working really hard on this secret project, I said, loud enough for the whole bar to hear. In fact, she's been putting in extra hours twice a week for the past 2 months. Show them the results of your hard work, babe. I handed out the cards to everyone. Just scan the QR code to see Sarah's dedication. People started scanning immediately. You know how curious people get. Sarah was looking confused as hell, trying to grab the cards from people. Within like 30 seconds, you could hear people's phones buzzing with notifications as the Google Drive loaded. Photos, messages, timeline, everything. Sarah went completely white. Marcus tried to bolt, but there were like 20 people there, all staring at their phones in shock. What the fuck, Jake? Sarah screamed, but it was too late. Her coworkers, her boss, everyone was seeing everything. The sextings, the photos, the voice messages calling me clueless. Some girl was like, oh my God, Sarah, is this real?
Marcus was trying to damage control, like, this is private, you can't just... But I cut him off. Actually, Marcus, when you mess with someone's life for 2 months, privacy goes out the window. Also, sending explicit messages to someone else's girlfriend using company devices? Pretty sure your HR department would love to see this. Sarah was crying, begging me to delete all this, but the damage was done. Her boss was there, looking absolutely mortified. Her friends were taking screenshots. The whole thing was spreading through their company Slack in real time. But here's the beautiful part. I wasn't done. I pulled out my phone and was like, Sarah, you said I was clueless, right? Well, this clueless guy also found out about your little Venmo transactions, your fake overtime claims to your boss, and how you've been using our joint credit card to pay for your dates with Marcus. Should I share those receipts too? She completely broke down, admitting everything in front of everyone. Marcus was trying to sneak out, but I was like, hold up, bro. Your wife might want to know about this. Turns out his divorce wasn't finalized yet, and his ex-wife was going to love seeing how he spent their alimony money. The whole bar went silent except for Sarah's crying. Then her boss stood up and was like, Sarah, we need to talk. Monday morning, my office. Apparently, she'd been lying about client meetings to cover her affair, which violated company policy. As I was leaving, this random girl came up to me and was like, holy shit, that was insane. Are you okay? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to be just fine. Sarah texted me like 50 times that night, calling me psycho, saying I ruined her life, threatening to call the police. But everything I did was legal. It was our shared data, public information, and her own messages. Her lawyer friend told her she had no case. 2 weeks later, Sarah got fired for falsifying timesheets and violating company policy. Marcus got divorced, and his ex-wife took him for everything in court using my evidence package. And me? I got promoted at work because my boss was impressed with my attention to detail and thorough documentation skills. The whole thing went viral on company social media and local Reddit,
People were calling it the most savage breakup revenge ever and why you should never mess with a data recovery guy. Sarah tried to rebuild her reputation, but in today's digital world, that shit follows you forever. Now I'm dating this amazing girl, Lisa, who works in cybersecurity. She thinks my detective skills are hot as hell, and more importantly, she's never working late twice a week at mysterious locations. Trust me, I check.